Welcome to the Williams College Museum of Art. I'm standing in the Art Re-Art exhibition, which is part of the larger museum reinstallation of its permanent collection called Reflections on a Museum, which features loans from the Yale University Art Gallery. Art Re-Art looks at art that deals with art as its subject. The gallery features historical and contemporary works of art. We have everything from a 15th century panel painting from the Renaissance to a photograph that was made in 2003. Not only are we looking at artists who have appropriated or borrowed images or works of art from other artists, we're also looking at artist studios, the place where myth-making and creativity happens. Art Re-Art asks big questions of our visitors, as does the rest of the museum's reinstallation. Questions such as, are copies as valuable as original works of art? If an artist appropriates a famous work of art, is it as valuable as the original? And in this age of digital reproduction, where we're bombarded with works of art on a daily basis, does the original have as much meaning? Here we have two portraits. They seem to be alike, both in profile, one larger, one smaller, one female and one male. However, when we start looking closely, we see that perhaps something isn't quite right with this picture here. There's an area that gives us a little cause for concern. This nose, what's going on here? Is it falling off her face? We have a contemporary photograph by Cindy Sherman, a photographer who takes her photographs and also uses herself, her own body, as the subject. She dresses up, she puts on prosthetic noses, and then leaves them so that we can tell as viewers that it isn't her real nose. She's even gone so far as to place a devotional figure in the background to mimic Renaissance profile portraits, such as the monk here on the left. This little panel painting from the Yale University Art Gallery dates from the late 15th century and itself draws on traditions of portraiture and art making. It looks back to Greek and Roman coins, which were themselves seen in profile. So Cindy Sherman draws on Renaissance portraiture here, as in the portrait of the monk, and that tradition from the Renaissance looks back to Greek and Roman coins. Here we have a grouping of work by Philadelphia artist Thomas Eakins. This painting of William Rush carving his allegorical figure of the Schuylkill River from 1876, and this sculpture by Eakins of William Rush the following year is paired with Wickma's own portrait of John Neal Fort, a good friend of Eakins and an art critic in the area. This painting was done in 1876, around the time of the celebrations of the centennial, and speaks to Eakins' obsession of an artist also from Philadelphia, William Rush, who he admired and looked to for inspiration, as Eakins thought he was the best American sculptor of his day. Rush carving his allegorical figure of the Schuylkill is depicted here with the nude figure at its center. You see Rush in the background carving the lightly draped figure of the Schuylkill. And here in the front, you have a Victorian-clad chaperone, which makes the contrast between the nude body and the clothing even that more apparent. This painting also speaks to Eakins' obsession with the nude figure. It not only plays a central role here in this picture, but also played a central role in his teaching at the Philadelphia Academy of Fine Arts. As director there, he professed that his students only draw from the nude model, the live nude model, rather than the tradition of drawing from plaster casts. What made this so controversial was that his classes consisted of both male and female students.